Oh my gosh,
Time
what am I
will
going to do
tell.
with my kids? My kids are home for 2 weeks or a month.
Or more. It's going to be more.
Oh,
I
it is
bet.
going to be more.
But
And I'm fine.
I on a
I enjoy it.
except for
Mostly
the
when I'm
except
trying
for
to
the
work.
people dying and
Oh yeah,
other
I'm talking about
losing their
having the
livelihoods.
kids home. I enjoy
Okay.
that, but
Yes, on a happy note, today is St. Patrick's Day. So I don't know when this is going to be aired, but we as a family, and I had actually planned this before the world changed drastically 1 week ago. Um, we had we did a few fun things. We had a St. Patrick's Day scavenger hunt that I had planned for, and so I had been able to go out and get the little gold coin, chocolate
oh,
coins.
that was a royal pain.
That was. So I waited too long. They were sold out, and that was before this all happened.
Party store is the place to get those.
Yes.
When you need them.
Right.
In
But
February.
yes. So I want to keep doing fun things like that for my kids. They also made leprechaun little traps.
Oh yes.
And that was actually a school assignment now that all the coursework and everything is at home.
Oh, you didn't see what Helen's had meant to be. Our 5-year-old. He basically he took a box and he said, "I want to make a ladder out of straws." And so the leprechaun will climb up the ladder and fall into the box and be trapped. That was his idea.
Oh, crap, kid.
I don't know where he comes up with this stuff. He just suddenly, he's like, "Oh, I need some straws to make a ladder so he can..." Okay. Yeah. Where in the world did you get that?
He's
and then the other one...
character.
So he's going to trap... And he's never going to let this leprechaun go.
Right.
But our 7-year-old is very kind. And she said, well, I just want him to... She made a little bed for him so he could take a nap.
Yes.
And she's going to let him come and go as he
gave
pleases.
him a little drink of honey. And
I was like, how would you feel, our 5-year-old, if some alien decided you were good luck and put you... He's like, I don't care. I'm never letting leprechaun go. I'm like, well, you're not going to get any gold.
Yeah.
That didn't
so
help.
We might leave notes tonight on the trap so that they'll see that their traps were visited, but they didn't stay.
Yes, and apparently he's going to have to do better in his trap because it got out.
My whole point is that there are so many fun things to do, and my kids loved it. And they've been looking forward to St. Patrick's Day now for weeks. And so considering that we're home and we're reevaluating our lives, and I've been meaning to do this anyway, but, Netflix, I mean, who has time?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Picard, we've got some Picard to catch up on.
But anyway, I'm just thinking.
Squirrel.
Yeah. I'm just thinking that, at least I'm attempting at least weekly or, more often than I've done, set up just fun at-home things like this that don't require technology, that are just fun family activities. And so much don't even, I love getting my ideas online, but, there's always our imagination. Mm-hmm. There's always rocks and sticks and things outside.
There are. And our kids are playing outside.
They are?
It's hilarious. I went out there and they don't play close. They're
not playing with the neighbors.
They seem to be having social distancing because our 7-year-old was playing in our driveway, mm-hmm. and our next door neighbor's 7 was playing in their driveway. And they're kind of waving to each other from more than 10 feet away. And
other than that, when ours was playing in the backyard, their kids the one that's the 7-year-old would climb up to the top of the fence that divides our property, and it's way high for our side. And she has a special call that will let my daughter know that she's there, and they'll go and they'll talk, and they're away from each other and, 6 feet away, and they, can't touch each other and stuff, but they've been continuing to interact that way. I think it's been
before
charming.
Things got too crazy. We're like telling my 5-year-old, say, yeah, okay, when you go and if you play, things are looking a little hinky, so make sure you don't kiss all the girls.
Now it's like,
he didn't appreciate
don't
that.
touch.
Now it's like, don't even get with.
We're not even having them play together.
No, we don't. They're not even playing together. What I've found hilarious is, we public school, we homeschool, we unschool, we do a lot of different things, and so our little ones are home for at least 2 weeks, and I see other
It'll
people.
be more.
At least.
I know.
And I'm watching all these other people. It's like, how do I cope with having my children at home when they're supposed to be learning and they've never homeschooled? And I'm watching this, and they set up these schedules, 9 a.m. You know, 8 a.m. breakfast, 9 a.m. math, 10
Heaven
a.m.
forbid.
reading, whatever. And I'm like,
How do you
that's
learn
not gonna work.
if you're not in a classroom? How on earth did people learn before there were modern public
I
schools?
have
How
no
does
idea.
that happen?
Well, I think what's funniest is the parents trying to figure it out. It's like, you don't need to have the schedule.
Right. In fact,
you can't, if you're not used to doing it, if you're not a teacher, you're not going to manage it. Just say, hey, let's do some math. Hey, go out and play in the dirt, man.
yeah, well, so that was what I was just going to say. I think there's so much value in play, and there's studies and books and things I could cite if I had them in front of me. But seriously, I think playing outside is so valuable, and there's so much learning that happens that we are not even aware of. And so after, it starts to get dark or it's ready or whatever, that's when we do the coursework that the school systems are asking us to do. But my goodness, my kids are learning
they'll be fine.
all the time.
They're in kindergarten and first grade. They're not going to.
Yes.
They're,
And my
they'll be
first
fine.
grader is reading amazing. I am so
Yeah.
impressed with her reading.
Yeah.
And I.
Oh, so that one thing I love about I don't know where else this is happening, but our school district is using Google Classroom, classroom.google,
Yeah.
and doing the coursework that way. That couldn't have happened 5 years ago.
I love technology. So
love
I hope that
technology.
never goes away.
Yes. You hear that, universe?
Yes. Technology is just, I could go on. I know there's two sides to that coin, but I love, because now we are isolated, but we can still socialize just virtually, FaceTime your grandparents. And Jeff here is going to set up some games that me and my mom can play.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Your mom is
She's a big gamer, and
so Call of Duty?
not those kind of games, like card games.
Card games, yeah.
She likes to play games at home, and she lives in our neighborhood, and we were gonna just ride this out and play together, but we've decided collectively that we're gonna keep our distance for a while, and
I've looked for 5 crowns. It's not online.
Not online?
Sadly, no.
well, I'm sure
We'll
we'll find something.
else.
But technology has given us, a lot of things. But even then, turn it off and go outside. I've been watching my kids play outside, and it is glorious.
And they're playing with Alexa, which is kind of funny.
That's true.
They take her outside.
They are.
They
So
take our-
technology and playing outside
They
at the
take
same
our
time.
Echo outside, but it's not a screen. They're just like, hey, Alexa, play songs from
You're right.
Lindsay Sterling. Hey,
Or
Alexa,
tell me
play
a
songs
joke.
from... Her jokes are horrible, but I love them anyway.
Yeah.
But no, I'm interested to see how this is going to go over the next couple of weeks. How what direction it's going to go, because this is not a 9/11 where it just happened and it's done, and now we deal with the fallout. This is happening. It's going to be happening for a
This
while.
has already impacted airlines and industries way more than 9/11 ever did. So it's scary. Don't forget to pray.
Yeah. I'm in the technology world. Hey, TV used to be cable. Now we're all cutting the cords and getting Hulu and Sling and Netflix, and I work for Sling, so we've got
Plug there.
it's good service.
I'm hoping that'll be job security while everybody's at home and wanting to be entertained.
But when I was a kid, we had an antenna on the roof, and we were amazing because we had a little dial on a box. I don't know if I ever told you this, that you turn the dial and it would change the direction of the antenna up there so you could get different channels. And we had 10 channels. And then we had cable and we had 100 channels with nothing on, whatever. Thank you, Bruce Springsteen. And now we've got the internet and everyone cut the cord, right? Because, man, cable and so on are too expensive. And now you have 10 streaming services. It costs you $150 a month to have them all.
We don't.
We don't.
Nor do we have a TV up.
No TV. But, if you want TV, you can get it streaming, and I can support the servers that do the streaming from home. It's an
Which
amazing
is-
world.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
If
Yeah.
we're going to change, man, let's hurry up and get it changed, pull the Band-Aid
Oh, yeah.
off, and get
Let's
people who have no alternates, no alternate methods, no layers of income. Let's get them some layers of income. I hate seeing people suffer.
I was going to say, let's learn our lesson now and quick so that we can move forward and this pandemic can run its course quickly and be done because it did what it came here to do. So let's learn and
Mm-hmm.
go forth.
Let's have some gardens.
Yes.